Hello. So today I'm not at school. As you can see, there's no green screen background. This has actually been a question on my mind for a little while. Like, how am I going to continue this channel when I'm out of school? Well, I decided that, during the day, I'd create the videos. And it's going to be, and when I'm off school, it's probably going to be a little bit more, there's probably going to be a lot more videos coming out when I'm off school. Because I'll have more time to actually get my notes down, get my thoughts down, and everything like that, everything I need to get done. And so, after that little side note out of the way, today I'll be reading from Genesis 5. This is the Book of Generations of Adam. Whew. Now, if you ever read some of these chapters, like the generations, I myself have a lot of problems reading these. I mean, not that I don't find them interesting or anything. It's just like I'll be reading them, and the next thing I know, a couple chapters later, I'm like, I don't remember what I just read, and I have to go all the way back and reread it all over again. So today, I'm going to be posting this one, and also today's outro will be a little bit longer than usual, so the video's a little bit longer. And also, sorry, I've been dealing with the runny nose and trying to eat a little bit more spicy stuff to clear up any type of sickness I got. But yeah, today, since we have no school, I'll be doing this video from home. And when I'm out of school for like summer, more videos be coming from home. And I'd like to start with a quick word of prayer before we jump into the scriptures. Lord, I ask for you to bless someone with this video. I pray you help this channel grow. I pray that you can use it for your work, Lord. I also pray that you use the Holy Spirit to speak through me to spread the message you want spread through me, Lord. Lord, in this time I pray. Amen. And also, once again, I'll be reading from my Bible right here. And sorry about the dim lighting. I wasn't sure where to have the lights on because the lights on was really bright. My eyes. But if I need to turn on the lights next time I do a home video, please leave a comment saying so. That way I know. And with all that out of the way, let me find this chapter. Yeah, I found it. Let's get started. And this book of Generations of Adam. In the days of God created man, in the likeness of God had made him. Male and female were created created he them and blessed them. Called their name Adam in the day they were created. And Adam lived 130 years and begot a son in his own likeness after his image. And called his name Seth. And the days after he begot Seth were 800 years. And he begot sons and daughters. And the day of Adam lived were 930 years. He died. Seth lived 105 years and begot Enos. And Seth lived, he begot Enos 807 years and begot sons and daughters. And the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. Enos lived 90 years and begot Canaan. And Enos lived after he begot Cain 815 years and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Enos were 905 years. And he died. Sorry. I don't know, something's up to that. I can't figure it out. And Cain lived within 70 years and begot Michael. Sorry, I forgot to look up these names again. And Cain lived after he begot Mishael 840 years, and begot sons and daughters. And the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. Michael lived 60 years, and Michael begot Jared 830 years, begot sons and daughters, and the days of Malahel and were 895 5 years, and he died. And Jared lived 162 years. He begot Enoch. And Jared lived after he begot Enoch and 800 years. He begot sons and daughters. After the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. Enoch lived 65 and begot Methuselah. And Enoch walked with God after he begot Methuselah and 300 years, and begot sons and daughters. All the days of Enoch were 365 years. Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. Methuselah lived 180 years and begot Lamech. Methuselah lived after he begot Lamech 782 years and begot sons and daughters. And days of Methuselah were 969 years. He died. And Lamech lived 182 years and begot a son. He called his name Noah, saying, the name shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord hath cursed. Lamech lived after he begot Noah 590 years, and 5 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begot Shem and Japheth. And that is the end of chapter 5. Oh, that was a lot. I don't know, something about today, it's like some mess up my mouth. I know I can't really read today. I'm sorry about that. I am planning on coming back doing these videos as I said before. And so today's summary and outro will be kind of bunched into one big bundle. And it's mostly because, like I said, the outro verse is going to be longer than usual. I'm going to be reading one of my favorite biblical stories from Daniel. I'm also going to do a more deep dive when I reach this chapter, and I'm probably going to actually, when I get out of school, these videos are going to start coming out a lot more often on Fridays or sometimes during the week, just because I just realized there's over about 900 chapters in the Bible. That's over 900 videos, plus coming back and redoing them. That's a lot of studying and time. And you never know how long you have on the surf before the Lord takes you. So I'd like to, I don't want to push these out to the point where I'm messing up on certain verses, but I definitely would like, as I go get better at these videos, you'll probably start noticing there'll be a bit more of a pickup on the not really so much recordings, the frequency of which these be published on YouTube. So that's what I'm trying to say. But if you'd like to follow along, I am reading from Daniel 6:16 to 23. I did shorten it, but I just might unshorten it a little bit. And I lost my spot. Oh, there's Daniel. Okay, I found it a lot quicker than I expected. Oh, okay. I'm starting with Daniel. I'm just gonna. I don't even know where I'm gonna start now. I'm sorry. I did have this set up, but since I just noticed, well, it's only been 10 minutes of this video, I was expecting it to be a lot longer. And I will start with, I think I'm starting verse 8. So I apologize. Instead of starting on 16, I'm starting verse 8 of Daniel chapter 6. And end on 26. So I'm just going to read about 20 verses. Not 20 verses. 12 verses? No, not 12 verses. 2 plus 8, 10 plus 16, 18 verses? I don't know, I apologize. I was supposed to have this a little bit more prepared, but apparently I messed up. My bad. I'll try to fix this next time whenever I go through, but this is one of my favorite verses. Excuse me, my favorite stories from the Bible. And if you might recognize the story once it kind of gets halfway through, you'll probably start recognizing it. But I think within like the next, maybe at Genesis chapter, the last chapter of Genesis, I will share my all-time favorite Bible story. But till then, I'm just gonna get started on this. Now, O king, establish the decree and sign in the writing that it not be changed according to the law of Medes or Persians, which altereth not. Before the king Darius signed the writing decree. Now when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house. His windows were being opened in a chamber toward Jerusalem. He knelt upon his knees 3 times a day and prayed, and gave thanks before his God, that he did not that's a fortum. I'm sorry, I did not expect it to be starting all the way back there. A fortum. Then these men assembled and found Daniel praying and making supplication before his God. They came near and spake before the king concerning the king's decree. Thou hast not signed the decree that every man shall petition of any god or man within 30 days to save thee, O king, shall be cast in the den of lions? And the king answered and said, This thing is true, according to the law of Medes and Persians, which altereth not. And then they answered and said before the king that Daniel, which is the children of captivity of Judah, regarded not thee, O king, nor the decree thou hast signed, but marketh his petition 3 times a day. Then the king, when he heard these words, was sore displeased with himself. He set his heart on Daniel and delivered him. He labored till going down the sun delivered to him. These men assembled unto the king and said to the king, Know, O king, that the law of Medes and Persians is, that no decree nor statute which the king establisheth may change. Then the king demanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him in the den of lions. Now the king spake unto said unto Daniel, Thy God whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. And a stone was brought and laid upon the mouth of the den, and the lion sealed it with his own signet, with the signet of his lords, that were the purpose not be changed according to Daniel. Then the king went into his palace and passed the night fasting. Neither were the instruments of music brought before him. His sleep went from him. The king arose very early in the morning, and with haste unto the den of lions. When he came to the den, he cried in a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said unto Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living God, is thy God whom thou servest continually able to deliver thee from the lions? Then said Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. My God hath sent his angel and shut the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me, for so much before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee. O king, I have done no hurt. And the king was exceedingly glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no matter of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his God. I am. Sorry, I was thinking maybe I shouldn't there, but the verses come after are also just important. Every verse in the Bible is very important. And the king commanded, and they brought those men which had accused Jacob, and they cast them into the lions, them, their children, and their wives, and the lions had mastery of them, and break all their bones into pieces, or ever they came at the bottom of the den. And the king Darius wrote, I almost said Delirious, my bad, wrote unto all the people and nations and languages, and dwell all that in the earth, peace multiplied unto you. I make the decree that in every domination of my kingdom, men tremble and fear before God of Daniel, for he is the living God and steadfast forever. And his kingdom that which not be destroyed, and his dominion shall be even unto the end. Whew. That was a long reading. But, apparently I accidentally made a second outro. I don't know why I have two outros. Oh. Okay, so that's alright, I just got distracted there. So, we should, how should I put this? Most of us have heard the story of Job. Job was a very patient man of God. He had complete dependence on the Lord. But so does Daniel. So, we should all have the patience of. I keep bringing up Job. My bad. We should all have the dependence of God on God as Daniel had. That is hard for a lot of us, and I'm speaking of myself when I say this. I also have trouble fully depending on God, just because for years of my life I'm used to doing this, and this by myself. I'm used to going out working and getting paid, and then buying what I need for what I would like. When really I should have faith and dependence on God. And that's kind of another thing I want to share about these videos I've been making. I was going to share a quick personal experience I've been experiencing lately. My voice cracks. I'm sorry. This is a little bit a shocker to me, I guess I could say. But I've been reading my Bible a lot more lately. I've been trying to get notes done on chapters for the Bible study channel, but I've also been rewatching The Chosen, which, if you have not seen The Chosen, just look up The Chosen in your app store. It is free, no subscriptions, no anything. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't know why I said that, but their videos, that their channel, I'm not sure what's wrong, but anyway, if you haven't seen The Chosen, I highly recommend it. It is perhaps one of my favorite shows, but I've been rewatching The Chosen. I've also been reading my Bible a lot more lately. And so I read about 2 chapters. I always aim to be 2 chapters a day. 1 chapter from the Old Testament, 1 chapter from the New Testament. I've just finished Luke and Joshua the last weekend. The last weekend, just recently finished Luke and Joshua. So I'm now working, not Joshua, Luke and... I gotta go check, I'm sorry. Not Joshua. Oh yeah, it is Joshua. Luke and Joshua, I was right about that. I just recently started on John and Judges. Sorry, that thing got tossed around here. I just recently started on John and Judges. Sorry. Yeah, that's what I did. But yeah, I just recently started on those 2 chapters, and I've just been noticing the last couple days that I feel I'm not really sure if it's that. I just noticed that lately that it felt like my faith has grown within the Lord. And to me, that's pretty cool because. So, when I first started going to church, I was a non-believer right away. I was atheist. My father's been atheist. My mom was the one who got me started reading the Bible. I went to a Catholic school before becoming atheist, and that's what kind of got me started down that road. It's because a lot of things happened at school that should not have happened. And in my mind of a child, I was thinking, God, you let that happen. Are you really a God worth serving? And so I decided he's not. And I walked away from God completely. And so my stepmom never gave up on me. Mom is an amazing woman. She stuck around, did the bitter, and I love her. She's an awesome mom. She also was very stern. She's definitely a stern woman, and I love that about her. But she got me reading the Bible, and then one day I get this little postcard in the mail. I actually still have it in my room. Maybe in the next video I'll show it to you, because this was back in September 2019 or September 20. No, it was September 2019, I'm pretty sure, because I was already, yeah, it was September 2019. And, I had a buddy there named Mark Cook. And, truthfully, he took me under his wing while I was there. He unfortunately passed away, not too long after I started coming there. But, not too long after that, COVID hit. And when COVID hit, I had a little personalized Bible, maybe about this big. It was the Bible I carried with me in my pocket at all times. It was in my pocket. Even when my father took me to a very bad concert I should not have gone to. Should not have been involved of. They sprayed you with dyed water, and it was November. It was actually this month, actually. That was about 2 years ago. So I had the Bible with me and it's covered in dye. But anyway, I got off the subject there. I apologize, but I didn't do that. Where was I? Oh yes. I faith in God. So anyway, we had that COVID hit, the pandemic hit, and church completely cut off. I'm not very good about doing online service, though I should be. I have a hard time because usually when I'm doing online service, I'm also working with my father, because my father works 7 days a week all the time. Anyway, after I finally started getting back into church, I felt like my faith went from about here down to here. It was kind of like just non-existent. And it was hard because I felt like I lost God completely. And then my girlfriend's dad got me started going to these men's meetings every Friday night, and that really helped me. I even had one of my friends come up and say to me, "George, you look so radiant. What's up with you?" I'm like, well, I don't know. I go to men's meetings Friday nights, and they drop me off in church in the morning, and it feel so much better. And now I always have trouble reading my Bible every day because it's like a struggle to find time within the busy schedule day. And yes, I'm sorry, I realize I am rambling on again, but I guess I want to say is this. My faith in God has grown, and I find that truly amazing. Another thing I want to say is, don't stop. no matter how hard it gets, God is always there with you. He sees you for who you are. Like he says to Nathaniel, funny enough, I was just watching this on The Chosen. Like he says to Nathaniel, I saw you under the fig tree. And with that note, this is the Bible study, signing off.